And nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Michel. I think this is our first encounter. So I know it's going to be a great session because what I see on the bio here is really interesting. As we all know, Michel is a game designer with 15 years of experience in the game industry. That's quite a length of time, right? And that means he has so much wealth of experience, education, and exposure as it relates to the creative industry. 15 years is such an enormous time, and so he's passionate about creating games and interactive experiences, celebrating African cultures and diversity. As we know, Michel is the co-founder and CEO at Nkundjai Interactive Incorporated, which is a creative transmedia studio that specializes in the production of entertainment content, and with a strong emphasis on valuing African cultures, right? And so everything Nkundjai is geared towards is the promotion of the African culture across these platforms. And also, Michel is also the co-founder at Join Club Game Studio as well, JoinPlay Game Studio as well. So this section, it's gonna be a mind-blowing section, an interactive section as well. So it's more like a chit chat. Have your mind open and come with your questions because Michel here is going to be dropping lots and lots of nuggets. And yeah, so looking forward to the wealth of experiences that Michel will be dropping for us tonight. And with that, I'll say, Michel, thank you for taking the time. I know it's late on your end, but you still found us worthy. So we're privileged. I'll say we are honored and we're delighted to have you take part in this session. And at this juncture, I'll let you do what you know how to do best. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lucky, and thank you everyone to be here, and thank to all those members who took their time to register for the ARC program and also to attend this session. Yes, Lucky, you did the really bigger presentation of me than myself. I can't present myself like you do. So Michel, the founder of Nokima Interactive. Nokima Interactive is the holder company that I launched in 2012. And in 2016, I launched my first game company in Cameroon. And with this company, we start working on 2 IPs. Between those IPs, we have Afro Warriors, that we will highlight today, and also Menla Quest of the Stolen Spirit, a really exciting project that all guys who knew about this project in back in 2017, 2018 are still asking about Menla. Guys, Menla will come and will come on the right time. So I also in launch JoinPlay Games in 2022 with with more bigger ambition to target the global audience, and not also target the global audience, but also being in the more vibrant and more vibrant ecosystem where I can easily have access to funding, to networking, to run all those projects that have the same goal: promoting African cultures, promoting legacy from Africa. Okay, so I start without sharing my presentation. So can I share the screen?
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah. Oh, the host deactivate the screen sharing. Can you?
I'm on it. Yeah, just give me a minute.
Okay.
Be able to share. Yeah, please try now. Let's see. That should work.
Okay, perfect. Which one is the best? Okay. So, do you have my screen there?
Yes, we can see your screen now.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I have 15 years already in the creative industry in general. And honestly, in the game industry, I have 10 years in the game industry. 15 years include the years I spent as a UI artist, web designer, animators in creative companies in Africa and abroad. Yeah, and as I said, I launched Nokia Interactive, and 2 years ago, JoinPlay Games. And here we have an overview, an overall view of all the sub company that we have at Nokia Interactive. So with the Nokia Game Studio, we have 2 IPs. Petty Goals is another IP that we work in partnership with MTN in 2018. But actually, we will remove it from this from our portfolio, because the project is no more really running. Yeah. So in Finland, we are currently working on AMA, a very ambitious project that we will have the time to dive and introduce on the next session. And we also have a department that's focused on interactive experiences and animation. And we have actually 2 animated series on production. Okay, today we will talk about Afro Warrior. And Afro Warrior, we start Afro Warrior with the ambition to first have a game, a fighting game, a good fighting game that will follow the path of game like Street Fighter, like King of Fighter, like Mortal Kombat, and being more representative of our cultures, of our colors, of our characters. And beside this, we also want to bring game made in Africa, game made by African creative into the esport market, and to contribute not only as a sponsor, not only as team that will compete to have prizes, but also as content creator that will bring games beside Street Fighter, beside FIFA, beside all those games. And we can see that there's a big niche that has a lot of money that need to be closely that we can have our split of share in this market. And as you certainly know, on all those games I mentioned, Street Fighter, King of Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and all those games, those creators, those editors tried to bring a little bit representation, but we think that we as African, we as we can do more. We can use the same tools they are using to create games and bring more diversity, more cultural representation in the game for esports competition and for the game industry in general. And with our project Afro Warrior, we want to bring a very strong representation in the roster of our games. And for this game, the main target, the main thematic is a competition between the gods, between the deities of Africa. And we took the inspiration of Al Kabulan, who is the big land of Africa, and pick characters from a lot of part of Africa. You can see here that we go in Nigeria, we took inspiration on the Yoruba culture, and we designed this. These concept art really was exploration we did on the very early stage with the project Warrior. So the idea was to bring characters that represents cultures from Africa. So here you can see Shango, the god of thunder, from the Yoruba culture in Nigeria. On the second image, we can see Nganmeza, who is the god, the snake gods in the Beti and Bulu tribe in Cameroon. And here we also gave a little tribute to our champion in Cameroon, Francis Ngannou, with a fictional character who has a little bit the same name like him, Mbano. And here in the game, Mbano is the son of Irvon. Irvon is one of the biggest strongful character in the game. And Django come from the Sawa pantheon, Sawa from Congo, from Cameroon. Yeah. So the idea is to have a diverse roster that represents several regions in Africa. Yes, someone say something?
No, it was a mistake. He has been muted.
Okay. So why this matter? To promote cultural representation, to showcase the potential of African mythology, and as a rich source to bring more narrative, to bring more storytelling in the game industry, creating opportunity for African creators, and in this big market that is of esports, and also to make money. Okay, so this is what we did so far, and actually, yes, I don't know if everyone already has saw this video.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can hear the audio, but we can see the visuals.
You
clear.
can't?
Yes.
Oh my God,
You didn't
it's
share
better
with
with
sound.
audio. Why you don't have the audio here there?
I think maybe you didn't share with sound.
No, I share everything. The theme today is to have conversation, to
Yes,
share.
definitely.
Oh my God.
So maybe you can check on the video if the sound option is okay. The sound is shared.
Yeah, I don't know why you don't have the sound. Okay.
Ronald says
So
volume.
yeah. Okay, I will just share the link with
Link.
you later,
Yeah.
and you will have it on your end. Okay, and my God, sorry. Okay, and this is the trailer of the early version of the of Afro Warriors.
Afro Warriors.
Yeah, and actually we have it available on Gara Store and on Play Store. On Play Store, you can have it there, but you will have some little ads to generate some. I don't know if I can call this a revenue. Yeah, but the idea is we took the challenge to invest our time, our money, our energy on this project to show to people that we can make something good. And the plan for the next step is wrong. Oh, looks like I didn't share the. Okay. So for the next step, we plan to work on Afro Warrior 2 that will be released for PC and for console. And this project will be more ambitious, and we will currently we are working to gather partnership with some stakeholders that will help us to bring this project to life. Yes, and also for this project, we will keep collaborating with creative in Africa. For Afro Warrior that you saw in trailer, we only did it with African creators from Kenya, from Nigeria, from Cameroon. And the goal for this one is to keep this same vibe, to give the opportunity of African creative to show what they can do. Yeah. I also have another video here, but this video has sound. It's like a short recapitulation of the journey, but you can't really enjoy it without sound. Okay, I will share this with you later. Why I don't have sound? There's a narration in this video. So to really enjoy it, you need to have sound.
Yeah, so I think the way it works is maybe perhaps if you, of course, if we can get the deck, we'll share with everyone later, but it's most likely when you are, yeah, Lazy says you need to change the output to something else instead of your headset.
The output.
Yeah. Or when you are sharing the screen.
Is it playing on your headphone?
Yes, I have the sound here.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
supposed to be played there. Where can I change the output?
So it's
Okay, looks like I didn't share it with sound. Okay, I just click. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, so just let me. Do you have sound?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Afro Warriors is a series of one-on-one fighting video games.
Maybe you need to also increase the volume.
Yes, the sound of this video is not very big.
Okay.
Maybe on your end, you can increase yours on your device, please. Afro Warriors Battle for Power is a 3D fighting game featuring African deities. The souls of the most powerful gods and divinity have been summoned for an epic battle. You will fight to obtain the title of most powerful divinity. The first edition of Afro Warriors Battle for Power was distributed by the South African-based mobile operator NTN through its store, and since September 2021, the game is available on the Google Play Store. With this first edition, we gave a glimpse of a fighting game inspired by folkloric and African pantheon, with the goal to promote the rich cultural heritage of the African continent. The game has received several appreciation and positive feedback from the gaming community, and they are looking forward to more from the project Afro Warriors. For the second edition of Afro Warriors, we want to create something more ambitious, more playable character in the roster, an intuitive and balanced gameplay, attractive art style, and beautiful visual effects. A fighting game designed for esports tournament with local and online multiplayer. A fighting game targeting PC and console. For the first edition of Afro Warrior, we used Unity 3D as game engine to develop the game. That was a big challenge to deal with balance and frame data, the highly complex aspects of hitboxes and management of physics. But after 2 years and a team of 5, we finally built something playable and fun. For Afro Warrior 2, we switched on Unreal Engine, starting from scratch directly by integrating Unreal Engine in the pipeline. Okay. And that's all for me. Okay, thank you. And now let's talk.
Yeah. Super. Yeah.
So, okay, go on, Esther.
Yeah. I would say that was a very, very good, interesting presentation. I think everyone has been able to see what you've done, and really, I must say it's impressive. Yeah, because yeah, Ronald says great work. Apotheosis picture. I don't know what apotheosis is. That's too much grammar for me, but yeah.
Apotheose.
Apotheose. Is it French?
Yes, it's apotheosis, a French word.
Okay. I thought it was English. I said apotheosis.
Thank you, Ronald.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I think one key thing, it's very interesting. For those who joined in late, as you can see, Michel has been at it for years, and I found it very important for you to get to connect with the young game studio founders, because even for myself, I think my perceptions 5 years ago are totally different from what I have right now. And you've been able to build not just one game studio, but 2 game studios. Man, controlling one game studio alone.
Yeah, that's a very, very big challenge. That's a very big challenge. And as creative in Africa, you need to be strong to keep focus on your dream.
Yeah, and that,
Because you need to manage your your production to keep a kind of cash flow to keep existing and to dive inside our unstructured ecosystem in Africa. But we need to do it and to show to the next generation that there is possible to make big things.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And you guys, you are making big things. I don't know, people seem to be complaining about the audio. Is it better now? Xavier
No, I
says
think it
yes.
was earlier
No,
when he
I
was.
didn't share the audio.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay then. Xavier says it's better now. Yeah. So we have young game studio founders right now building games. Everybody is looking for funding. I'm looking for funding as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody is struggling to build their team. Everybody is struggling to
Yeah.
get their product out there. And you've been through this all through
Pros.
a studio in Cameroon, a studio in Finland.
Yeah.
What is that one thing you would say that you would want to advise everyone before I open the ground? By the way, everyone, this is mainly question and answer. I want you to feel free to ask your questions. This is not just about me. I follow Michel a lot. And when I have questions, he knows I reach out to him immediately. And I've
Yeah.
been disturbing him for this so that he can speak with you all. So this is really about you and him. But so from your own end, before we open the floor, what is that one thing you think really helped you come this far and go through the route you took? Yeah. Why that journey?
Why that journey? Because I think that's why I was I was made for. You know, I quit a decent job in Cameroon with a decent salary to run this journey. And and when I was on when I quit, I was running some financial issue, but it was for me the timing to really focus on this project, and I will manage as the time will go. Yeah. So I spent 10 years in agency, in working for some creative companies, on freelance, on site in Cameroon, and on some point I was like, I'm not doing what um I really enjoy. Yeah, and I see I also start having a lot of story to share, to tell since I was a kid. And during my chill out, I was a drawer. So I always know that I need to do this, to create story, to bring story to the people using comics, using video games, using animated movie. Yeah, and actually it's really tough, it's difficult, it's challenging, but I really enjoy each step of my journey. Yeah. And I don't know if I will just if I can jump on that question about how to manage, how to manage to keep sustainable, to yes, to keep on the flow. Okay, as a young founder, young startup, um game creator, you need to have in mind that that will be a really challenging journey. In Africa, we don't have the support from our institution to help us running our creative journey, and we wish that in maybe 5 years, 10 years, we starting having this support, but now we don't have this support, and we need to make things move. We need to make things, and to make the to do it, we need to find a way to move with our project, and also have a kind of a subsidiary support to keeping alive, waiting the funding if you are in a funding process, to moving with your minimal viable product. Yeah, so you need to just have a good balance. Yeah, that's the really basic advice that I can give.
Yeah, and that balance that you mentioned of, I think is, I don't know, do we ever get there? Because every year I tell myself I will find balance.
The balance is not balancing.
Yes,
Hey,
the balance is
hey,
not balanced. So
it is not, it is not. I know last year I set goals for myself and I think I achieved them. And ideally, I'm supposed to just maybe relax and enjoy my success and all. But
yeah.
it's like a course, the course of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, yeah,
but,
yeah.
but we'll see how it goes. So I'm Lucky. I don't know if you want to say anything or we open the floor.
So I think I enjoyed the presentation and the insight Michel has given to us so far. For me, I just wanted to ask this question: what fueled your transition from the realm of UX, UI, UX, and into the gaming space as a creator?
Okay. The UX I have to do was for clients, was for to have money.
Okay.
Yeah. But behind all those things, I always want to tell stories. Yeah, if there was a way to use UX and tell stories, I think that I didn't need to shift. Yes, but on some point, I need to find a way to bring all my to share my story, to share what I want to share. Yeah, basically, I start in mind that I want to make comics, and gradually I jump on video games, and video game going on the same way with animation, and so finally I'm doing all those field. Yeah, that's why our company is a transmedia company. We use is world story and bring it into video games, into animation, and also into interactive experience and comics.
Yeah.
Okay, quite interesting.
Yeah.
I think Michel has a lot of transitionings, like the company is transmedia.
Yeah.
The transition,
Honestly,
yeah.
honestly, as a founder, you need to be able to make the pivot Yes, one is necessary. You need to meet the pivot.
Yeah, that's absolutely, because things are changing, and
Yeah.
you have to move with the times as well.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So yeah. So I think that's sufficient for me, and I'll leave the game studios themselves, the young
yeah.
founders,
Yeah,
to ask the questions.
but you can pick the question because we have a lot of questions here, so you can pick
Yeah.
some question
So
and
what we're going to do, we'll have one person speak, and then we'll have one
okay,
question from
great.
Chat.
the chart.
Okay.
Yes. So if you want
So
to
who
speak,
wants?
please just raise your hand up. Yes, I'm not seeing questions. I think there have been conversations on the chat.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, but if you
You
have
know,
questions,
I
please-
had a day of meeting and everything I see here is like questions for me.
Yeah, someone asked earlier if what you have are available on Steam.
Sorry?
If Afro Warriors is available on Steam.
Not yet, not yet. The mobile version is available on Garage Store and on Play Store. Yeah, and we don't have a date for the PC version on Steam, but we will announce everything on the right moment.
Okay.
yeah, I see Ronald has his hand up. Ronald, please feel free to unmute and speak. Yep. Over to you, Ronald.
Maybe we lose him.
Yeah, I can't find him on the Ronald, you're muted. Yeah, I don't know, but I guess it would speak. So since Ronald is struggling to speak, she
Yeah,
okay.
Oscar, am I the one to speak?
Yes, please. Yes, Ronald.
Yes, Rachel.
Okay, get you well. Yeah, the volume is back. Let me
Okay.
put the video.
Hey,
Can you
Ronald, we
guys see
see
me?
you.
Yes.
Yeah. Oscar, thank you very much because it's thanks to Oscar that I had the information about this event today. And I still want to thank the grand friend, which is Michel, for what he's doing.
Thank you.
I've heard a lot from you, from
Yeah.
Patrick Bossalino, if you know him very
Yeah.
well. He's a very good once in a while here in Yaoundé with me because I'm present in Cameroon in Yaoundé.
Monseigneur.
And I'm really, really happy of the work. I'm happy because you focus yourself on the African culture. And I keep saying it to many people in the African gaming scene that the culture and the content of Africa is not exploited. We have Asia, Europe, other countries and continents that have overexploited their own content. It is time for us to exploit our own and let the world know about it. So what you're doing is really interesting and I love it.
Thank you.
So, grand friend, I really wish to work with you. If there is a space for me to work with you, I'll be so glad. So yesterday I made my presentation and I was saying that I am more of a marketer, but I recently joined the gaming esports scene because I feel like in the next year to come, the gaming / esport has a lot of socioeconomic impact to the African continent. And to me, I still believe that any president who comes up in a country and does not put the gaming / esport in an annual budget for the youth and for that country, that means they're not ready to go up somewhere. That's why I put a lot of emphasis today on the gaming industry, the economic boost of it, and all of that. So what I'm seeing today, I'm really happy.
I agree.
Yeah. So joining this part is because I was like, okay, let me go through and see what you've been doing, and I'm happy and I'm really grateful for what you're doing, and I really wish to follow you and continue doing that. Thank you very much for what you're doing, man. Thank you. It's really interesting. Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Super.
All right, thank you, Ronald.
Yeah, that's a nice one, Ronald from Cameroon meeting.
Yes, and I can also what he say is really interesting about our government, our institution to pay attention to the importance of economic impact of esports / video games. And in the news, I learned that in Nigeria, you have some initiative driven by the government about esports, right?
Yeah, we do, but we're not seeing the money. We are looking for the money, but if people collecting the money, it's like, oh, don't let us go there. But we do. We have an
You kidding me? You kidding me? I didn't expect that reaction.
Oh, this is recorded there. I can't speak, but I have spoken.
Yeah, this is a free discussion. You have the right. Yeah.
We have an esports strategy, and there's sizable amount of investment going into the esports space. So big that there's a budget as well for even the digital creative industry, going up to about $600 million. Yeah. But for the studios that need that funding to access it is where there's a problem. So it now looks like established entities are the ones pivoting into games to access these funds. And the young studios, who, as we know, most of them don't have legal structure, they don't have team, they are not business savvy, they can't access this because of the framework put. And the money is reducing. It's a big problem.
I see.
But we are working to see how to engage them. In fact, next week I'm speaking with, there's a stakeholder meeting I will be a part of next week. We're working to see how to get the funds to the right stakeholders. Because there are people doing amazing work, not just in Nigeria. In East Africa, there's the Ever Fund.
Yeah.
All across, there are various funds here and there, but getting it to the right stakeholders has been a problem. And I'll just put this out there. We need the creatives themselves to be involved. Nobody is coming to save us. So we need our own representatives in this place, and we need to push for it, because
absolutely right.
The government is just fitting in their people, and they are creating budgets, and they are moving the budget. And it's tough.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, then. So let's take a question before we move on. Yes, so Jackson says, how did you find the audience for your game?
Okay. We are a team. And during the past 7 years, I was the main person who was doing almost everything in terms of leadership. But since 2 years, I start giving a role to my team members. And as Ronald said previously, marketing guys, PR, and all those guys are the best people who would go to check about the audience. You are that's the right audience for your game. So I have the team who is taking care of that aspect.
Super. So when you started, it was you doing everything, but now you have a team of people that are responsible to go out and undo this.
Yeah.
But for studios that are 1 man, 2 man, so how do they cope? I need to touch on this.
Okay, the audience for 1 man studio, for a little team, they have internet to
research.
Yeah, to research their audience, and you have Twitter, Discord, and also to reach the audience, you need to have an MVP to start teasing them with something, and you can use Discord with a dedicated channel, or you can go to the dedicated gaming channel or gaming event to talk about what you are doing, to showcase with some catchy videos and make people interested and excited about what you are doing. And you will improve, and you will have your audience.
Super. So I'm hearing use the internet to do your research, to know where your audience is, build your community, use platforms like Discord, build your own community, and even go to other people's community.
Discord is your friend, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's take a voice message, right, Lucky? I think Rushi is next. Rushi, over to you.
Yes, Rushi.
Thank you. My name is Rushi Michel from Rwanda in East Africa.
Nice to have you here.
Okay, thank you. Well, I have like 3 questions. Maybe first, let me appreciate the way you are presenting African culture.
Thank you.
Second, first question was, what inspired you to start your gaming development studio? And what keep you motivated in everything you are doing in this gaming industry? The second question is, what is your vision, like your vision on gaming industry in Africa? The third question is, maybe you focus on the Nigerian and Cameroon culture. Why don't you expand and look at another culture from every? Do you have a vision or outlook to include like each country from west and east and north, so that we can be there and present our culture? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Romshe. Okay, for the first question, I grew up with with every kids of our generation, with movies, with comics, and like I also start drawing really early. And when I was drawing, I was reading comics of people and story, highlighting white experiencing white stories. But when I was drawing African guys, African stories. And very earlier, I want to create story that will tell, that will showcase our realities, our colors. So that is why one of reasons I decide, okay, I will make the story that highlight African cultures. And I always like history at school, and I really go deep inside the history of cultures of kingdoms of Africa, and I found them really excited, and I really want to see them in movies, in video games. Why not in comics? So that's for the first question. Yes. For the second question, what's the second question? What was the second question? Sorry.
Yeah. Go on.
The vision of
Okay.
What's your vision for the gaming industry, and then also what's your what are your intentions about incorporating other stories from other African countries as well?
Question, this is the right time to run a game company or a creative company. Video games, animated movie, comics, and interactive story. That's the right moment, because actually the Afro fantasy and Afro futuristic theme are really catchy, sexy, and the audience have the hair ready to eat. Great story, and that highlight the Afro themes, and the vision is that in less than 10 years we will start making more that the revenues we are currently doing. The forecast for this year is that is 1 billion for the as revenue for the game industry in Africa, and during the next 10 years, this number will shift and by 10 to 20, and that represents a very huge opportunity for the gaming ecosystem, for the African creators. So that is the right moment to think about joining a project or to launch a project. Yeah. And the last question, Afro Warrior, what I showcase here in the presentation is just a glimpse of the roster we create for this early version of the mobile. And we dive inside 8 countries for this version. We gone in Ghana, in Egypt, in South Africa, in Morocco, yeah. And for the next Afro Warrior, we want to have 30 character in our rosters, and all those 30 character will come from all the Africa. So we really have ambition to expand it and to make all the African feel represented in this project. I don't know if there was a last question.
Yeah, there's one more question. But that was really good. I just want to add to that. One key thing I see you saying is, for everyone in the industry, let's not deceive ourselves. The market is not today. Like, you won't make your money back today. So whatever you're doing, you're building for the future. You need to know that it's a marathon. Think 10, 20 years, that's when you get your money back. Africans are not able to pay you back for what you are doing now.
Yeah.
And now is also the time, just as you mentioned, there's interest now in Afro fantasy, Afro futurism, African storytelling. And I think that's where there's a bigger market now, but in Africa, there's a bigger potential, because in the next 10 years, you would have more people here with higher spending power. So it's very important, even at Africa Comic Con, we have plans as well. I want to build games, but for me, this is not yet my own time. And for every studio founder also, you need to understand your own journey. Just listening to you, seeing how you transition from UX and all, other people have faced their own journey. Everybody needs to find out what would work for them, understand where they want to be in, and craft their own unique journey and experience. But above all, we're not building for today, we're building for tomorrow. Because if you look at Marvel today, Disney of today is making money on the fact that we read their comics 10, 20, 30 years ago. And they are monetizing, because Disney was going broke when I was just entering my 20s. But now, my late 20s and all, they made a whole lot of money from me, because they converted me 20, 30 years back. And that's what we need to be thinking as well. We are building something for the future. Of course, we have to find ways to survive. That's why you see this. That's the old idea of entrepreneurship, but we are building for the future. I just wanted to stress that, because I loved when you mentioned it. Lucky, do you want to say something, or we take a question? Which one?
So I think we have a question from JK. Justin. It says, how did you find, okay.
Yeah, that's been answered.
How did you,
that's
been answered.
Yeah, so Isaac can share.
Okay, the next one says, what are likely responses to investors' queries on how to get their money back, ROI, as it pertains to game development?
Okay, in Africa, it's a very big challenge. Really, it's a very big challenge, and I don't blame the investors in Africa about they don't trust. For now, they don't trust the process about the gaming, about investing in gaming. So it's really hard to convince them to put money. It's just hard and difficult, but it's not impossible. I can take the case of our fellow Madiba, who did the magic and rise twice from African investors. Yeah, so that is just a big challenge. We need to get prepared to run this marathon. Yeah, but in Europe, in US, that is the place where they are ready for this kind of investment. You just need to prepare your presentation, prepare your MVP, prepare everything, and show how you want to make when your game will be released, who are the guys who are working with you, how you plan to make revenue, what's the how do you feel that you can reach the break event, make some so that global routines. So
yeah,
that's it.
I totally agree. You raise from African investors. Lucky, do you want to speak to raising from African investors?
So, raise African investors, from my experience, right? Africans by nature, we want our money sharp. Like they want the money to get in today, and they're seeing the rewards tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
that's not the case, right? Especially with investment, and especially coming into an industry like gaming, which is more like at the nascent stage, right? You can try that now with fintech, but when it comes to gaming, which is like a space that is just blossoming, right? Especially in Africa, you can't expect to put in something right now and then get the returns, right? Just like we said, it's more like a marathon. It's something that's gonna blossom like in 10 to 20 years, right? And so and that is one thing that foreign investors have. That's the edge they have. Maybe because they have much more access to capital, right?
Yeah.
Like they can put in money and they can hold it long term. They can support you through that waiting period, because just like Disney, right? There has to be you have to sow the seed, right, to get in the customer, right? Buy the customer's heart, and then you begin to at some point you can then begin to monetize them, right? So, but we don't have that patient capital. That's what we don't have that patient capital in Africa yet, right? And we're beginning to see it, but we don't have it in that great volume. And so that also poses a struggle for founders as well, right? And equally, as we grow ourselves, right, we'll also be able to have that capital ourselves, because we have this understanding to be able to support the next generation of game founders that will be coming behind us.
Yeah, I totally agree. Super. So guys, I know we still have some questions, but I want us to wrap up quickly. Because let's not forget, Michel is in the office, so it's 11 p.m. on his end right now. Yes. So
the cleaner just asked me to leave.
Yeah. So we're going to take 2 questions quickly, and that will be it. You follow up with Michel on LinkedIn, please. This has been nice. I'm happy we're having this. I know Ore had a hand up. Oreyemi. Oreyemi, do you still want to speak?
Yeah.
Yes, I see you are still on the call. Do you want to speak? Oreyemi? Okay, I don't know, but I've asked you to. Yes, please go ahead. Yes, quite quickly, so we can just answer that, then take the next question from Ewere and would wrap up. Yes, please, Ore.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, sir. So I have two questions actually, and the first question is I saw your I had to quickly go to LinkedIn and I saw your page, and it's it's very, very impressive. So I just have that passion for game development, right? And I've started learning. I'm currently interning at doing my industrial training at African Mythology, hence me being in this meeting. So I learned you started 15 years back. So one thing that has really been bothering me is how my parents would react to the news that after studying in the university, I want to go into game development. Like, I find it very hard because I'm in 300 level now. I have one more year in the university, so it's now time to where do you want to work? What do you want to do with your life? So I find it very hard to say I want to go into game development. So I want to know if you faced that issue, and if you did, how you came out of it, right? My second question is, so we had a session yesterday and something that someone said, I can't even remember who, but it was, I think it was Mr. Oscar, don't be in a rush to open a gaming studio, go and work, have that experience. So my question here is, with that experience, right, do you need to do all this? Because I want to specialize in game design, right? So do I need to do all these courses? Now, university courses like degrees, probably master's, PhD in game design or anything, or I should just take maybe Coursera or other type of courses. Yes, those are my questions. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you for your question. Okay, for the first question, for me, I always had the support of my mother, and that was since I was really, really young. My father never once I do my father want I be a mechanic. Yeah, my father want I do mechanic, and I start video games after my at the university. Yes, so I start doing electronic, and I choose to do electronic because I wanted to do programming in the future, but my father want I do mechanic. So that was really big challenge, and finally I won the challenge because on my second year at the college, I make my the school call my father to say your kids wants to do electronic, and he said that you want him to do mechanic. He's doing what he's doing. We feeling that he like what he's doing. Please allow him to do it. Yes, my father he finally agreed that okay, do what you want to do. And for the art and all those creative things, I always had the support of my mother. And what I can give you advice about it is, if you really feel it, if you like it to shift on video games, I will say don't care about what your mom or your parent will say, because at the end they will be proud of you when you start making money. When they will see more project like Kizazimoto, more project like that new project? Like oh my God,
like
what?
Afro Warriors.
Yeah, like Afro Warrior with your name on credit and with a new car that you say, Mom, she'll be proud of you. So just follow your dream.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And
definitely.
for
Guys,
the
please.
for the second question, oh my God, I forgot the second question.
Michael, please excuse me. The lady who asked the question, is it Oreyemi? She's the one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oreyemi, let me give you a simple example. I entered the gaming industry, I think 2018, 2019, when I came back to Cameroon.
Yeah.
And I knew nothing about esports. I knew nothing. I had no teacher. There was nothing for me to help me out. But you know what I did? I started following people like Michael, Africa Comic Card. I started following people like Brian from Kenya,
Yeah.
Gabriel Sikanku from Ghana, Kwesi, all of these guys. I was following them on LinkedIn, on Instagram. I was reading all the articles. These were my teachers, because today I will say Michael is my teacher. Oscar is my teacher. All of them, I follow their articles. I read from them every day. That's why I get to learn a little bit. Then now, I will plead you tell Michel who is here in front of us to be your mentor. Ask him to be your mentor and present him to your parents from a video angle. I said, look, Michael is like a mentor to me. He's like my icon, because what he's doing, I love it. This is his life. He's making a living out of it. And when your parents will see that you have an icon like Michael, they will see that at least you're moving somewhere, because whatever you want to become in this life, if you don't have a mentor whom you want to follow, it'll be difficult for you. So look for a mentor, look for somebody that you want to be like. He inspires you to be what you want to become tomorrow. It'll help you a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Okay, let's
So,
jump with the last question.
Last question. And just to add to that one more, never before, I mean, has there been so many success stories in the games industry? Trust me. And that's one thing we're trying to do. Never before has there been. So you have many people you can touch on. I know someone I taught in secondary school. That was early 2014, 15. No, that was 15, 16. And she went to university outside Nigeria. She did games. She's working in the UK in a game studio.
Yeah.
So it's very possible. And never before had we have this kind of people we can touch on. So yeah, we can catch up later on that. Last question comes from Ewere. And Ewere is the founder of Dimension 11 Studios, the guys making Legend of Erisha. I think we should call them.
Yeah. I saw the trailer.
Yeah, so he's on the call.
Like it.
And his question is, what type of games and or target markets pique your interest when you are thinking of maximizing the ROI, your ROI as an African game developer? What kind of games or target market piques your interest?
Okay, for me, when I will always bring this on the table. I work as a team, and when we want to think about new project, we make a brainstorm and we dive inside every aspect, from the idea to the business part of the game. Yeah, and each type of game can be a success and can generate big ROI. So everything will just depend on your strategy and how you will run the project. So there's not specific or special formula about this question.
Super. And yeah, I think that brings it to the end, right, Lucky?
Yeah, really.
Yes.
So yes,
collapse.
Michel.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Please.
Thank you, ladies. Yeah.
Yes.
That was really a great exchange.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Can we have reactions from Michel, please? Yes, thank you for those clapping and all. So Michel, let's leave you to go home. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
This was
okay.
lovely.
Thank
Yes.
you, guys. For everyone, so we can continue our conversation later
on LinkedIn.
over LinkedIn or other social media. So I always reply to everyone, even if sometimes it take time, but I always reply to everyone.
Super, super. Okay, then. Thank you very much, Michel. Have a good night.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Adios.
Adios. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Yeah. For every other person, that was a really wonderful session. Please, I just want to announce to you next week. As you know, this has been happening week on week. Next week, there's going to be no session. The ACT Fellows will be having a one-on-one interactive with them, as well as the Spark Fellowship for those who are in need. That fully. Same people are using this week for the applications. So, but by next week, we're going to give a full roster of the next 3 weeks, the people that will be coming so that you can plan better to join the sessions. We are open to your feedbacks. We are open to hear from you what you think about the sessions so far. And yeah, thank you very much. Anything from you, Lucky?
So thank you each and everyone for joining. It's been a great session and it's been an experience as well. So looking forward to the meet and to the roundtable next week, where we'll be getting feedbacks from you and also telling you about the future plans, right, for the ARC Fellowship as well, right? And yeah, I think it would be a great time to really plan, get insights of what should be happening next. Yeah.
Okay then. With that, enjoy your night. Bye.
Enjoy your night.